This is Wendy's Friday Night Rivals.
No bigger rivalry in Mobile than the one we're going to see here tonight on Friday Night Rivals. Murphy and McGill renewing their battles for the 90th time tonight here at Ladd-Peebles Stadium. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox, my partner Dan Brennan, and the records may not be where either team would like them to be at this point, but really doesn't matter much when Murphy and McGill get together.
No, you talk about the history of this rivalry. It's unparalleled down here along the coast, and I can just tell you one thing very simply. All week at Murphy, it was simply known as McGill Week, and at McGill, it's known as Murphy Week. You
know, this McGill team, scoring points is what they've done, 37 a game, and they've done it primarily on the ground.
Yeah.
And why would you change it up when you have Braylon McReynolds back there that you can hand the ball off to multiple times throughout every series and throughout the night?
Not the biggest guy, but this guy is a dude. He's got great belief in himself. He's explosive. He's got great moves. He's tough. He finishes plays, and like you remarked, one game this year, he never thinks a play is over. And you know what? He's right.
Yep.
When he's got the ball in his hands, just sit back and enjoy this kid tonight. He is a joy to watch.
Murphy, on the other hand, they've really struggled offensively. We'll talk more about that as the game goes along. But defensively, they've played pretty well, and they've got some players, especially there in the middle of the field, Dan.
They do. Timothy Haynes is a middle linebacker, number 24. He's also played a little bit on the outside, but right now they've settled him into middle linebacker. He'll get everybody settled, get everybody set. They're a pretty physical defense, so McGill's going to realize they don't have a pushover here tonight. Again, Murphy struggling to get things going offensively. That's got to do with injuries at quarterback. But this defense is pretty solid.
They're going to need to be against a powerful McGill team, as we said, especially on the ground. They've got a new quarterback started last week. We'll talk about that as well. But we are just minutes away from kickoff here tonight to find out who gets to paint the cannon. You know, the paint's already been purchased. We know it's BLP paints. We know it's already been purchased as we get ready for our kickoff tonight. Murphy and McGill from Ladd here on Friday Night Rivals. Ready to get this one underway. McGill will receive it, and this one hopped right down the middle of the field. Not sure if they were even trying an onside kick as Corey Kelly bounced that one. McGill quickly on that one to recover, and they will have good field position to start things off. And before we see the McGill offense come out, let's send it down to the sidelines and welcome in, as we always do, Heather Healy on our Friday Night Rivals.
Hey guys, good evening to you. It's great football weather, by the way, for the 90th edition of this Battle of the Cannon. It is my first one, and it is also McGill-Toolen head coach's Norman Josephs. He is super excited and super pumped that he has got sophomore quarterback Michael Crocker under center. On the Panther side, we have got Rico Jackson, head coach, and he said that he's pretty confident tonight to get back on track. But as you guys know, because you covered almost 89 of these, that we're going to see how this rivalry goes. Anything can happen.
We see Michael Crocker make the completion there to the sophomore tight end, James Mayhall, for a nice gain all the way up to the 35-yard line, and a great start on a little play action.
They knew exactly what they were going to do to open the game, and there it was, a predetermined call, obviously, and looks good.
Crocker gives it off. McReynolds up to about the 30-yard line. So Crocker, in at quarterback, started last week, was 13 of 16 for 193 yards. Norman Joseph, first year here at McGill, longtime college coach, was an all-state college player at Mississippi, an all-American college player at Mississippi State. Comes in here tonight, and he's got the offense rolling at 37 points per game. Only 2 passing touchdowns so far this season, but we'll talk more about that quarterback situation. They go out of the Wildcat. McReynolds gives this one off, and coming around to the near side and looking to turn the corner inside the 15 is Will Taylor. And we saw him featured predominantly in that Saraland game, and he's the favorite target of any of the quarterbacks from McGill, but he'll also do just that, take the ball and run throughout the evening as well. Dalton Fisher, Manis, Bolus, and Aiden Fayard up front for McGill-Toolen. On the outside, you got Eager, and also Mayhall. We saw the tight end with the catch. We'll see Chris Harbin out there as well. Alvin Edwards, big number 10. You'll see him get in the action. We get a flag.
Illegal substitution. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Yeah, you saw McGill trying to get the extra man off there prior to the snap, but it'll back the Yellow Jackets up to the 16-yard line. So, yeah, Michael Crocker, one of the best golfers in the state. You know, when he didn't come out to play, I mean, they had Freddie Davis at quarterback, and they had Aaron Carabin there at quarterback. They had Andrew Murchison. They had a deep quarterback room.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to focus on golf.
2 weeks in, they didn't have a deep room.
Correct.
And he's kind of come to the rescue here. Now, Murchison hasn't played poorly.
No, we saw him in that first game against Saraland as well,
Yeah.
just a freshman, but wanted a little more experience with the sophomore Crocker. And Crocker goes out to McReynolds on the far side. McReynolds in space inside the 10, and that's what Dan talked about. And he's all the way down to about the 2, and it's going to be first and goal here for McGill. Jamani Johnson, he's a good-looking player on the outside at 6'4", 241. Chambers, Zeke James, Devon Smith, he'll play both ways tonight. And Jackson, the other outside linebacker. Tim Haynes, that Dan talked about. Thornton and Reynolds, big, lanky corner. McWhorter, returning starter back there in the secondary. And again, we'll see the Wildcat with McReynolds. McReynolds looking to go to the left now, bounces it to the middle, and inside he goes for the touchdown, and his 10th touchdown of the season, and McGill takes advantage of the great field position to start. And they easily march it down the field to jump on top early.
McReynolds just about money in a situation like that, Jim, where you spread the defense out a little bit, get it back there to him in the Wildcat, and he's so good at seeing what's available and picking the hole. And then, of course, once he's in the hole physically, he knows exactly how to twist his way into the end zone.
Michael Shine sends that one up, and he sneaks it just inside the far upright. But McGill takes him just 2 minutes and 16 seconds to jump out on top. They lead Murphy by a score of 7-0, and they continue to put points on the board via the ground. We started doing these games. That building wasn't even there, Dan Brennan.
That's a fact.
Kickoff goes into the end zone, and we will see this Murphy offense. So Murphy, you know, they scored 45 points a couple of weeks ago against Mary G, but the 4 other games this year, they've scored 13 points total. They've been shut out twice, 7 in one game, 6 in another. And
starting quarterback suffers an ACL. Caleb Stewart comes off the baseball team, volunteers to help. First he's on special teams, and then he's kind of saying to Rico, you're not going to play a little quarterback. And they're like, really? And he's done a pretty good job.
See Coach Rico Jackson, his 3rd year here. He's 55-47 overall as a head coach. He's been at Fairfield, Aliceville, and Escambia County as a head coach, and just a delightful gentleman as a coach here of the Murphy Panthers.
Yeah, he's a really, really good guy.
Caleb Stewart in at quarterback, and nothing doing as the give quickly was collapsed on. Javon Edwards in there to make the stop for the Yellow Jackets. Smith, Zeke James, Keenan Davis, Matthew Stallworth, and Malachi Howard returning starter up front. Smith, James, and Howard all returning starters. Robinson at 6'3" on the outside, a big target, but they love to go to the sophomore Jalen Edney. We've got an injured Panther down here, and Fernando Brown is their leading ground gainer. And he, I believe, is the one that took that initial. Yeah, I think it's Fernando Brown, the senior, 466 yards on the ground, had 155 yards a couple of weeks ago against Mary G.
He's had a good year, and first play.
Javon Edwards just came from his defensive end side at 6'4", 185 pounds, and kind of had him from behind and might have landed entirely on him. Hopefully Brown's able to hop up here. Maybe looking like they're maybe, I think to guess, maybe talking maybe about that right shoulder. See, kind of looked like maybe all the weight of Edwards came. It wasn't Edwards, it was Stadther who was there. Edwards was in the vicinity, but Stadther was the one who actually came down on top.
That looked like McGill in the old days, right? Bringing a lot of people putting the pressure on the offense.
5'9", 195-pound linebacker. We've seen a few carbon copy linebackers from McGill over the years. And Murphy, with all their struggles on offense so far this year, as Dan said, lost their starting quarterback in week 1, and Stewart came out to help and has been playing better. And see, the right arm is the problem there, so probably see maybe some more.
Not what Murphy had planned at all. They're going to have to plug and play. That kid's had a good season at tailback, so there's the baseball catcher who's become the quarterback.
So yeah, I was trying to. So now, what if that might have been Corey Kelly? Was that Corey Kelly? I think now Brown's going to come in. Yeah, I think that's the jersey was kind of bunched up there. So Corey, yeah, I think it was Corey Kelly who they brought in there. He was the one who got injured. Now he's also handles their kickoffs. So this McGill defense, Coggins, Stadther, who had the big hit there, Turner, who's a great young man on the pregame show going to Northwestern, Schamberger back there, Brown, Davis, Rice, and Edwards. And 3rd down and 8. Out of the backfield, they come to Brown. He reverses direction, and now Brown's going to get the first down and more for the Murphy Panthers. Out across midfield, still on his feet before he's knocked out of bounds. Deep into McGill territory, exactly what the Murphy Panthers needed on that one. Let's watch here, Dan.
It's all Brown. He changed his direction right. The ball was behind him. That changed his mind, and he changed direction, and look what he did. Good speed by Brown at the end of this run.
Picks up 44 on the reception there.
Yeah, I thought that number was 6. The kid
but it was
that
8.
Hurt.
Yeah, it was, I did too. It was Corey
Okay.
Kelly, but it was number 8. But Kelly is also kind of he had 30 carries coming into the year. He'll play some wide out and, again, all over, but he looks like he's going to be out of the game here tonight. But maybe a little confidence here now in the 3rd and 8 pickup for the Panthers. Brown up the middle. Rico Jackson, the head coach, talked about it in the pregame show. Dan, we were talking about on the field. He's like, we need to believe we can score. We need to believe we can finish drives. We got to get that mindset going because they moved the ball between the 30s pretty well this year.
Yeah.
Haven't finished drives. Exactly what you're seeing here tonight. They got to punch this one in for many reasons.
Yes, no doubt.
2nd and 4, and now Keandre King comes in. He's got now 23 carries on the year, and that McGill defense blew that one up. McGill defense coming off back-to-back shutouts this year after they had the huge performance against them in week 1 against Pike Road. And now another 3rd and long coming up here pending the McConnell collision flag call on the far side. Maybe just a sideline warning is my guess on it.
This kid's a great story, isn't he?
Yeah, came in. He's the catcher on the baseball team. He's a good-looking athlete and 6'0", 178 pounds, and said, Coach, I can help. I can come in, I can punt, I can help on special teams. And after 1 week, he's like, I can do more. You know, just and got a couple other baseball players coming out to help here as well.
Welcome to a Disney script.
3rd and 6, and up the middle, nothing doing there is just nowhere to go for Brown.
McGill does not want them to greenlight the movie, Jim. Their defense is sending Murphy in the wrong direction.
And 4th down coming up, and Murphy's going to take a timeout here. It's that middle.
Davis really tough to block.
Yeah, got off. It's like a double team even there. Got around it and stuffed that one for a loss of 3. And now 4th and 9 coming up here for the Panthers, who take a timeout to talk this over. They got the big 44-yard reception. They now need to make something happen here to keep this drive alive. We're at Ladd for the first time tonight. Williamson, another good win last night against Charles Henderson. Alma Bryant and Citronelle tonight. Davidson and Saraland. Baldwin County and Foley, Mary G. and Blunt, Satsuma and Robertsdale. Tough one up the road tonight. UMS Wright and T.R. Miller. Bulldogs with a tough challenge going up there. Bayside and BC Rain playing tonight down in Bayou Battery because Tremere Park wasn't ready because of all the rain. Alberta and St. Michael trying to keep it going. St. Mike's with a great story so far this year. Cottage Hill and LaFleur, Thomasville and Jackson tonight. Sweetwater and Leroy, that's a big one up the road. I don't think Leroy's playing twice tonight, however. I think they're just playing Sweetwater. I don't think they had a previous matchup against Southern Choctaw. And you look at the rest of our schedule here tonight. Busy one. 4th and 9 here on the first possession for the Panthers. Stewart climbs the pocket, looking, hit as he throws, floats into the middle, and that one almost intercepted. It was dropped, had a chance, and that was going to be 6 points going the other way.
Yeah, did it feel like it, Braden Turner?
Stewart got hit as soon as he let that one down. McGill's defense forces the turnover on downs.
A lot of fun talking to Braden Turner before the game. A young guy whose grades and athletic ability both are getting him into not just a Big Ten school. I don't think he saw it.
No, and you wonder maybe lost it in the lights a little bit here because he didn't even have his hands up where he would. And he's got great hands. He plays. I mean, returns punts, plays on the offensive side of the ball. It's not like catching the ball is a new thing to him.
Interesting the way Northwestern recruited him as well. We'll talk about that coming up.
McGill gets it back as again Murphy moves it through the middle of the field, and now Crocker looking to air it out into coverage, and that one broken up as it goes off the hands of Anthony Eager, looking for his 20th catch of the night. Coming over to help there, DeJuan Lucky, the sophomore.
Yeah, McWhorter also from safety, and he got there just in time.
So you see that Crocker, the sophomore's got the arm to push the ball down.
Watch 7, the safety, make his presence known, and I don't know if he felt him or not, but incompletion.
Yeah, Eager just couldn't pull it down, and so go back off to McReynolds, and McReynolds will pick up 7 to the 41 and bring up 3rd down and 3 here for McGill-Toolen.
Here he's the illusionist. He does things and you shake your head and say, what just happened? He's a human card trick.
He's got his 10th touchdown of the season earlier in the quarter here to open things up.
We had a good talk with him before the game, right?
Yep, and joined us before the Saraland game on the pregame show. Play action to him, and now they dump it out to the far side, and James Mayhall has his 2nd catch tonight, and he's also got a 1st down.
Right at the sticks, Jim. Let's see if they've got a measure or not. No, they do not.
They move it, so USA Health Mitchell Cancer Center Institute 1st down, going blue all month of September to promote prostate awareness. Number 1 killer among men, but also the most curable, 100% curable. You catch it early. Find out more by visiting their website, usahealth.org. 1st and 10. They split McReynolds out, looking over the middle, fires that one off. Taylor's got it, makes one man miss, and Will Taylor up the field, 44 yards for the touchdown.
He's got some speed, Jim, and he had great intention. When he catches this ball, watch what he does. No delay at all. He spins to the right. He's got the safety off balance, and then he's got him beat. Watch. Quickly. Boom. I know what I'm doing.
Made one turn, and he picks up his 2nd touchdown out of the season.
Pulling away from people, too.
And Taylor extends the McGill lead here as Shine will try to make it 14-0. Halfway into the opening quarter, and he does. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. And McGill-Toolen continues to put points up on the board. That their 3rd passing touchdown of the season. 44 yards for the Yellow Jackets, and they're up by 2 scores early. Murphy band right down in front of us here at Ladd. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Keenan Dollar, our statistician in, and Michael Shine put this one to the far corner, and it goes out of bounds at the 2. hard. Murphy's got to get a little something going here, just for a confidence standpoint, Dan. They had the one big play, the 44-yard pass play. They got to sustain a little something here on this drive.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's concerning a little bit is that McGill has kind of pushed the line of scrimmage back a few times. Other than the big plays, they've been able to, right there in the middle, Bruce Davis dealing with double teams and winning.
Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. Ball replaces 35-yard line. First down, Murphy.
So decent field position.
Not exactly sure what Murphy's got to do, but you're right, Jim. They've got to win the offensive line of scrimmage first thing, and then go from there.
Caleb Stewart has Brown with him. Again, Corey Kelly went out with an injury on the first play of the game, and again, there's Bruce Davis in there to shut things down.
He's not huge. He's 5'11", 225. Not big for a nose tackle, but he's cutting right through blockers. And even if they try to chip or double, he's not having any of it.
And Fernando Brown just had nowhere to go. They lose 3. Murphy last week rushed for 60 yards and passed for 60 yards against Theodore. And Theodore's got a stout defense for sure. Got to get a little something going here and now. You get a pre-snap, so you're going to go from 2nd and 13 to 2nd and 18.
Dead ball. False start in the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
McConnell Collision Center flag on the play. You have a right to choose who repairs your car after an accident. Choose McConnell Collision Center and get you fixed right up. Your insurance company doesn't get to tell you where to take your car. If you want to get to McConnell, which you should, that's where it should go. 2nd and 18. Far side pass, a little underthrown and a knee on the ground. Making the reception was Greg Robinson. We talked about him. He's 6'3", big target to the outside, but that one he had to go down to scoop up before it hit the turf at Ladd, and nowhere to go here. Is another 3rd and long, 3rd and 18 here for the Panthers.
Got up trying to bend the rules a little bit. Can run downfield.
Give it off to Brown, and Anthony Brown wraps up Fernando Brown, and so now Murphy going to have to punt here, and looked like Coach Jackson was contemplating, but it's just too long with 4th and 15 coming up. You know, surprising this Murphy squad, 50-something players on the roster. Used to seeing a lot more dressed out, but the school continues to shrink in terms of student body size.
I mean, they probably really should be a 6A team right now.
They were the lowest smallest school in 7A last time they did the reclassifications. As Braden Turner stands back at the 40, and Rico Jackson lets the play clock wind all the way down and takes a timeout. So here's going on in 7A. Theodore 5-0 overall. We saw them early in the year, and they got some tough matchups coming here. Theodore and Fairhope have yet to play each other. Theodore and Baker have yet to play each other. Fairhope and Baker yet to match up. So you got some big battles coming up here, and you see Murphy down there at 1-3 in the region. Then 6A, Spanish Fort and Saraland on a collision course
again
for next week's. Can we say our Friday Night Rivals game? I guess we can maybe let the cat out of the bag. We'll be on the hill next week. Spanish Fort and Saraland. McGill-Toolen at 2-1. Gulf Shores at 1-2. And the big battle coming up next week. Good punt by Stewart. Chases Turner back to the 29. Braden Turner, first man misses. And Turner to the 35. Good coverage by Murphy, and Turner lost his helmet at the end of that play. Just joining us, we had that young man on the pregame show and talking about going to Northwestern, Dan.
Yeah, and what did you get out of it? The way I understood it was a really deep dive that Northwestern did. Pat Fitzgerald, that whole coaching staff with Turner, as we got a player down here. But I think the idea is, look, it's a very challenging school scholastically.
Yep.
It's a long way from home. It's a completely different climate. They wanted to make – they like Turner's skill. They like what he's done in the classroom. They wanted to make sure that he was all in, completely committed. They didn't want to have to go in reverse on this thing. And it's admirable that they go about it that way.
Yeah. Pat Fitzgerald, the head coach there, who Braden Turner just loves, and I think that's a pretty universal feeling for players and recruits of that young man as we look at Dylan Robinson hobble off here for the Panthers.
Tough night for Murphy so far, but yeah.
And
Fitzgerald, a big name in college coaching for all the right reasons.
Yeah, he's and loves Northwestern, loves being there, and he's that when the fact of such a long move, and they said they worry about these are just still kids when you're a freshman in college. You get homesick, and do you have the mental makeup to handle that moving 1,000 miles away from your family
and those academics right off the bat?
So it was really great to peel back the curtain on the recruiting in a institute like that. Dumped off the near side as Turner had it, and then got it up to Taylor, who steps out of bounds, and Turner stayed. McReynolds rather stayed right along the line of scrimmage before flipping that one out.
I don't think I've seen that play before.
I wonder if that was.
Nick Marshall kind of did it, but he wasn't the second guy to have the ball.
Yeah, and Taylor was staying. Right now they're going to drop and say he was past the line of scrimmage when he made that throw.
They might be saying it was 2 forward passes, because if he flipped it to him, if he handed it to him, that's one thing. If he flipped it to him, that's considered a forward pass. Maybe the execution was wrong. I don't
think anybody saw that play coming except the guys in white for sure. The officials, I don't think, saw it, and then we weren't expecting McReynolds to.
Is this a handoff or is this a?
Okay, so it's a handoff.
It is a handoff.
Yep.
So I'm not exactly sure what is illegal about this play. He's not at the line of scrimmage yet. Oh, maybe lineman downfield could have been. Maybe. Are they penalizing McGill because they've never seen the play before?
I don't think that's in the rule book. But that's what Coach Joseph is looking. And I think by what he said, I think maybe we didn't hear the officials call, Dan, is that they're saying that Coach Joseph said he handed the ball off.
Right.
And I think maybe that's what the officials are saying, that it was a toss, and he said no, we did not toss it.
Yeah.
So, which he's
so they thought they saw what they saw, but they didn't see it right, if in fact that's the interpretation here. I think if you hand it off to a running back who remains behind the line of scrimmage,
correct,
he can throw it.
Yes.
I just have never seen that play that way, designed that way.
No. And it's a loss of down as well, so it's a costly penalty. Coach Joseph would, if he had a challenge flag, he'd have fired that one out past the hash mark, I believe.
And no explanation over the PA, so we don't know.
So back to the 26. Give it off to McReynolds, and he gets through the screen of blue and yellow jerseys to move it all the way across midfield, and he picks up the first down. Picks up 26.
He's so shifty, it works in his favor to be small. Look at that cut in the hole, Jim. That was it. I think the linebacker just had him
Rashad McWhorter,
dead to rights, and he just one quick jab step, he's past you.
One move gets past the good tackler, McWhorter, and a first down for McGill. Now looking to air it out up the right side. Crocker fires, and good coverage by Joshua Reynolds for Murphy back there. Reynolds at 6'2", lanky, able to stay there with Chris Harbin at 6'4", but Crocker's got an arm. He's not just the soft touch around the greens. He's got the big arm here on the football field as well.
Missed the story. Crocker's the best golfer on the McGill team. Came back out for football. It was a pretty good throw, but that was good defense too. Came back out for football once they started having this dire need at quarterback.
Yeah, Freddie Davis left, and then Aaron Carabin went down with an injury in week 1 and really left him shorthanded. Second down. Reynolds gets wrapped up this time by Tyler Thornton, the senior linebacker.
But Reynolds he's got to cause that defense to think a little bit. They're not just reacting, Jim, because when they're face to face with him, they don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, and that's the last thing you don't want to have to be. You want to just be able to be reactionary to make the play, and so
a little bit like Darren Sproles, maybe.
Yeah, that's great. Great compliment there. 3rd and 9. Crocker with pressure coming from Johnson, and Giovanni Johnson has got his first sack of the night at number 4.5 on the year, and good pressure there from the left edge, and that's a big stop by this Murphy defense.
Absolutely. Good job, Murphy defense. Staying in the game, thwarting McGill, going to get the football back here. Nothing goes haywire here at the very last minute of the first quarter.
Jalen Edney back to receive the punt. Shine with a end-over-end kick and takes a bit of a Murphy hop there. So at the 33, Panthers will roll back out here inside a minute to go here in the first quarter. Again, this Murphy leads the overall series 48-40-1, but they've lost the last 6 in a row to McGill. Last time they won was back in 2014.
That was probably an upset in itself because McGill has really had their way with the region overall for years and years. And that, of course, when they were in 7A Region 1.
In fact, they're probably all still 6A back then, right? They hadn't added the 7A yet.
Yeah, they were top, right.
Yep, back in 6A was the biggest
6A was the, that was the highest enrollment classification.
Stewart has Brown with him, and Brown will take it, and Coggin is in there, and also Bruce Davis making an early charge to be one of the players of the game nominees.
Just living in the backfield there, I mean, you really can't, you can't get anything going when you don't at least get an even shot at the line of scrimmage.
You lose 5 on first down.
On a rush, on a dive play.
Yeah, behind the sticks. Again, and Stewart looks over. They do not have to snap it before the quarter comes to an end, and it doesn't look like they're going to. Coach Jackson will take this time to get his offense over here with him. Talk things over here on 2nd and long coming up for the Panthers. McGill on top in the battle to paint the cannon tonight here in Mobile. 14-0, the Yellow Jackets on top of Murphy through 1 at Ladd. McGill on top. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sidelines. Keenan Dollar, our statistician here tonight. And 2nd and 15, looking to come up the near sideline and just overthrown as they tried to get Robinson as Caleb Stewart. One of the big one. Turner was there on the coverage and pretty well thrown ball there by Stewart.
I was going to say that's a good. The catcher's never really got to throw it. He's just got to get it back to the mound or first base. He's the Murphy catcher. That's a really good, close to accurate throw. Again, this guy just came in a couple of weeks ago and said, look, I'm a baseball player, but I might be able to help you. And he has helped.
3rd and 15 coming up. 14-0, a popular score. UMS on top of TR Miller. 14-0 already tonight. Saraland leading Davidson by a score of 14-0 as well. And now 3rd and 15. And McGill just rushes 3. Flipped up the far sideline. That one hangs up in the air, and Devon Batane was there. And boy, Stewart didn't have a chance, and again, more pressure. That's a big ask of a quarterback with not a lot of experience, and already down 2 scores, and you haven't been able to get the running game going at all. And now he's had pressure virtually all night. So he'll stay on to punt here on 4th and 15. Turner, dangerous return man at the 40 for McGill. High snap, but Stewart pulls it down. Kick bounces and be down at the 49-yard line. So just a 23-yard net on that punt, and McGill has great field position. They'll start at their own 49. McGill back out here by 2 scores already, and sophomore Crocker 6'3", 180, good-looking youngster here at the gun. Give on the far side. McReynolds slows down, buys some time, and turns on the juice. McReynolds, 51 yards for the touchdown, his second of the night.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. He gave you, like when you get those 7 knife sets, you know, right there on the counter, you need this for that and that. He gave us about 5 different things that he does well. He hits the hole well. He's got great vision. He slows down so the defender slows down. And then when he turns the Jets back on, they're not ready to be close to him. And then he fights at the very end. Look at that.
Fought off a face mask. Anthony Eager with a good job. The wide receiver with a block to help seal the edge there. But just that little half-step slowdown that you said all of a sudden the defender has to think and now try to react. And there's just not many players on the field that are going to match the quicks.
When he puts it back into gear, that's the problem, Jim, because those guys are now flat-footed and they're not. Watch again. Right. Goodbye. Bang.
It's been all McGill so far here tonight. Just underway in the second. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sideline. We're going to check in with her momentarily here after the kick from Shine. And that one goes into the end zone. We saw injury on the first play of the game for Corey Kelly and Murphy. What you find out for us, Heather?
Yeah, he's definitely out for the game tonight. He has got a ice pack on his right shoulder and his right arm is in a sling. That's all that we know right now, but he is definitely out for tonight.
Yeah, you could just kind of see the way he was brought down on that first play. That looked like that was problematic for that young man. So hopefully he's able to bounce back. Got some folks checking in. Jim Bibby down at the beach watching this one. Our officiating liaison. We can go to Jim during the game and get an officiating clarification if we need to.
The networks have got their guys. We got Bibbs.
Yeah. Johnny Dorland watching the game here tonight as well, and Murphy needs to get something going here. Keandre King and Coggin there again for McGill. King, big junior running back, 6'1", 219 pounds. You could just see the confidence is just not there on that side of the football right now.
Yeah, they haven't had enough success to give you the confidence. Kind of milking the clock a little bit, or they had been. That not in a big rush, looking over to the sideline. You got to, again, Keto came from another sport to be the quarterback, so you're not going to be 100% there.
Give it off to King on the left side. He got a good hole there, and he'll push it up to the 29 with a gain of 8 and a third and short coming up here. We have not said that for Murphy very often tonight. They have been in third and long situations, second and long a lot so far here this evening.
McGill was bringing people. He ran right by him. They were bringing a run blitz, but they missed on King.
Stewart goes on a hard count. Was trying to draw McGill off. You can see McGill bringing those linebackers up to the line of scrimmage. Play clock all the way down inside 10. They give it off to King. Big hit right at the marker, and looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. USA Health Mitchell Cancer Center Institute first down. Go blue. It's Prostate Awareness Month all month here in September. It is good for a first down here for Keandre King.
Done some good things coming in here.
Yep. All month, Friday Night Rivals and USA Mitchell Cancer Center going blue to promote prostate awareness. It's the most common type of cancer found in men, but caught early, 100% survival rate. And, of course, the great folks out at Mitchell Cancer Center. And patients get a comprehensive plan, committing to find the best game plan for each individual. They're in the game to beat prostate cancer. USAHealthSystem.com/prostate to find out more. Here on a 6-yard pickup there on first down for the Panthers.
King paid on that one a little bit. He got his 6 yards, but he also got dinged up a little bit. Keep an eye on him.
Brown tried to get it to the outside, but good work by Dalton Jones to stay right with him, and Brown ends up getting tripped up. And now we see Brown come off. Looks like he's maybe holding his shoulder.
Wow.
So getting thin at the running back position. King is a guy they like to feature, and Coach Jackson told us before the game they wanted to spread it around a little more offensively, even running the football. Well, now they're having to do that because of just lack of bodies right now. 3rd and 4 for the Panthers. They go to King. King drops the shoulder at the 40, but then he's driven back.
He needed 4, he got 2, and now they've got a decision for
Ashton Zuniga.
Murphy, Rico Jackson.
Fills that hole there and drives them back, and it looks like Coach Jackson says we're going to go for it here. We're already down 3 scores. 7.5 to go out just across their own 40. Again, you see Stewart looks over, and he wasn't on the roster just a month ago. Gives, and King able to get across the 45, and he's going to get the first down, going to pick up 5, and the USA Health Mitchell Cancer Center Institute first down for the Panthers here, and much needed for Coach Jackson and his squad.
Yeah, nice job. King's done a nice job coming in here, and it looks like they really need him now with Brown dealing with a shoulder or an arm.
Robinson to the bottom of the screen. Looking that way is Stewart. Jackson nowhere around there, and Braden Turner back there with the good coverage as he was matched up against Robinson.
Stewart was under duress again.
All right, our trivia questions. We've mentioned this is the oldest rivalry in the Mobile area. 90th time they've played tonight. Name the 2 coaches with the most wins at each school. One, I think a lot of people will probably guess quickly. Then the other one, you have to do some deep diving on that one. Anthony Brown in to make the stop on Keandre King.
Well, we'd reveal that in the second half.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Might have to make a call at halftime. Not to get the answer right, or not to guess the answer right, but to give it proper respect.
Yes. Had a little. Now King
This is
hobbling
amazing.
off.
This is just amazing. Your quarterback is your catcher. Was not even on your squad a few weeks ago. Now you're.
Yeah, Keandre King, you've already lost Corey Kelly. Brown went out earlier on this series.
Yeah, Kelly a wide receiver. Brown goes down. He's your leading rusher.
So we'll take a timeout here as we're halfway through the second. McGill on top, 21-0. Murphy's got a 3rd and long coming up when we return to Ladd Stadium here on Friday Night Rivals. Third and 12, and now they'll put Stewart back in an empty backfield. 5 wide, pressure coming. Stewart up the sideline, hanging in there and able to come up with a catch. DeJuan Lucky starting corner. They move him over on the offensive side of the ball and speeds up the near sideline. It comes up with the catch.
Taking the place of Corey Kelly, probably, and he makes a big play right here. Look at him looking back like an outfielder. He's got a foot down, barely, and that is a big first down for Murphy.
All the way up to the 27, so a gain of 28 yards.
This city's got so much character, Jim. I want to tell you in just a moment where they got a big packed house watching this game.
Now good to see Brown back in there at running back and takes the handoff and now bumps into Stewart, and he's going to be dropped for another loss. So Brown and Stewart, a little miscommunication there on the exchange, and it's going to put up 2nd and long again here for the Panthers.
Maybe some folks wearing their McGill orange tonight at Callahan's Irish Social Club.
Really?
Games are on, and they're enjoying themselves. And with this McGill lead, a lot of McGill alum get to Callahan's. Just got
game during the game, post game.
I got a text from some folks at Callahan's right now.
Good.
Said, "Hey, we're watching right now, and we got a lot of people in here enjoying the broadcast." So, thank you.
Lose 7 on first down, 2nd and 17 here for the Panthers, and Brown finds a little hole on the right side and gets a chunk back to the 24, picks up 10. Let's see what Brown can do when he gets a little bit of space there.
What Brown can do, I like that.
Shipping company might be able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I agree. But they had some good trap blocking up front. Brown can accelerate quickly and gets Murphy back to a reasonable 3rd down.
2-down territory for sure here from the 24. Stewart looking left, wants the corner, wants Robinson. Braden Turner comes up with a pick for McGill.
Yeah, the problem is you want Robinson, but Turner's the guy back there, and he's the guy we've talked about going to Big Ten's Northwestern. Really good player, very aware player, just, was able to find the ball. That's what cornerbacks often don't do.
You love see that ball where it's one of those where only your guy can get it, where it's high into the outside, where Robinson at 6'3" can go up to get it.
Right.
And if he doesn't get it, if it's overthrown, no harm done.
Yep. That one just a little bit underthrown, and you had Turner to take advantage of it.
But you mentioned it too. It was underthrown, but Turner quickly gets the head around and finds the ball.
He realizes it's underthrown, where a lot of cornerbacks aren't going to do that.
A lot of cornerbacks don't get to go to Northwestern on scholarship.
Yeah, that's a story that we're so crazy about.
We were talking to him on the pregame show, and I asked him, I said, did you have any idea how beautiful that campus was right there, just north of Chicago? And he said, from pictures, I thought it looked great. It's McReynolds. Oh, watch out here. McReynolds on the Wildcat to the outside. No one near him for 30 yards, and he's going to go 80 yards for his 3rd touchdown of the first half. Wildcat formation. Got it to the outside, and
that's it.
At the 25, you knew he was going all the way down the field.
Murphy lost containment. It was pretty obvious from up here. Murphy just lost containment on the right side, and all he had to do was run in a straight line to the end zone.
Didn't need to do much with the joystick on that one.
No.
Fake the handoff to Inge, and
right there, that block on the corner.
James Mayall, the tight end.
Yeah, he collapses everything down, and he's pretty much jogging like a guy at the end of a marathon.
3rd touchdown in the first half.
He's been as advertised, Jim.
And so is McGill's offense, and now a flag at the end of that one. Shine put it through. think it was something that took place at the, maybe you think maybe it's a unsportsmanlike or something of the such at the end of that PAT.
Extra point's good. Dead ball, personal foul against the receiving team. Be 15 yards on the kickoff.
That'll help Murphy a little bit. Maybe get him some field position for this last possession before the half, you would suppose.
I think they're saying it was against Murphy, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Really?
Yeah, I think they're saying it's against Murphy.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to move the kickoff up.
My bad.
15 yards. So Friday Night Rivals brought to you by Wendy's. And thank Wendy's for being a big part of our broadcast. Also, Andy Citron Injury Attorneys, our Scholastic athlete each and every week. And at the end of the season, Andy Citron Injury Attorney is going to give a $5,000 scholarship to one of our Scholastic athletes. So thanks to Andy and his great crew. And the kickoff was, the penalty was indeed against Murphy. So Michael Shine, who's had a big leg, kicking from his own 40, now kick this one from the Panther 45, and I wonder if he tries maybe squib it or something to try to just pin him. Instead, because he's a kicker, he wants to try to put it through the uprights, and does.
Yeah. Yeah. A little show-off time.
Yeah, you got the big leg, and you're going to take a penalty, then we'll put it through. Also, more of our great partners here on Friday nights, McConnell Collision Center. Again, you have a choice to choose where you want your car repaired after an accident, and call McConnell Collision Center. They can help you out. Also, the Drug Education Council. Get answers, get help, get better. Drug Education Council, a big part of our broadcast here this year, and USA Health Center. Mitchell Cancer Institute. Again, partnering all month to Go Blue to bring awareness to prostate cancer.
McReynolds might be having one of those games. Well, he is. But he's going to end up with one of those games where people around the state are saying he did what? I'll give you his numbers here in a moment.
Brown breaks a tackle from Coggins, and now Coggins goes up the near side, and now Brown gets a block across the 40, and that one's going to be a flag. Ooh, boy, the official got knocked down on the near side as Brown was there with one of the McGill players and got tangled up, and ooh, you hate to see that. Hopefully the official is okay. That one's going to come back with a flag, either a hold or a block in the back right at the 40. But watch Brown here. He got away from Coggin. Now let's watch at the 40.
There's the block.
Now watch here at the end. And the official, he's got his ankle, his right ankle rolled up, but he's up, and that's a good sign.
That's our guy LaForce. We've watched his kids play quarterback.
You know where the kid's got the toughness from.
Yeah.
From the old man.
Right. Really super guy. Here's McReynolds on the night so far. All in the first half, obviously. 8 carries, 177 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That averages out, by the way, to 22 yards per carry.
During the run, blocking the back against the offense. 10-yard penalty, spot the foul.
You can live with 22 yards per carry.
That helps the average.
That is the average.
His 3 touchdowns give him 12 on the year, and the big play comes back here for, and it wasn't much of a block in the back, and it didn't need to happen either because Brown had already turned the corner.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I thought they still had enough for the first down, but apparently it did not happen far enough downfield for that to be the case.
Yeah, so up to
bad break for Murphy.
The 25, because it's 1st and 5, despite the fact the infraction came against Murphy from the spot of the foul. Flipped out to the far side. This is Jalen Edney, the sophomore, his 10th catch, and he'll pick up maybe 4, bring up 2nd down and 1. Edney like this young man, a speedster, just 5'9", 161 pounds. If you can hear that, we are not in the middle of a daycare center.
Just some kids having a good time here at the top of the bleachers. We're outside because of COVID protocol at Ladd-Peebles Stadium.
They have not offered to share that popcorn, which does smell awful good. The handoff and big first down is brown ball came out in that pile.
I thought you were going to end that popcorn sentence with awful.
No, it smells. I'm a huge popcorn fan. It smells great. Zuniga tried to rip it away there, but the USA Health Mitchell Cancer Center Institute first down here for the Panthers as we're inside 2 minutes to go here in the first half. It has been all McGill. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sidelines, Keenan Dollar, our statistician, Jared Kihas, and our entire great Friday Night Rivals crew here tonight at Ladd. Our first time this year. Big hit for the first time carrying it tonight to a number 40 that we do not have on the McGill roster.
Oh, we got 26.
Stadler came up with the
he's just looking for a brawl, you know. He started out the game jumping on a kid's back.
As we said, how many linebackers that look like him have we watched come through McGill?
Yep, more than we can name.
Again, they'll look for looking for Robinson up the near side, and this time it's going to be picked off by Roscoe Haywood, the sophomore. In coverage on Robinson, and back-to-back possessions end with an interception. With 1:03 to go here in the first half.
I'm wondering if in the NFL would this have been a penalty on the hit on the quarterback? We'll get a good look at it here. No, we won't, in fact. All right. He got leveled to the ground.
You would get, the end of the NFL certainly does not give a lot of leeway there to quarterbacks.
They protect them.
Roscoe Haywood comes up with the interception. Let's watch the hit here, Dan.
Oof. That's Stather again.
Yep.
He didn't ease up, did he?
Rolling out. And then looking to drop this one up the far side. Crocker and couldn't get it there, and stopped the clock with 55 seconds left. McGill, all three of their timeouts. Murphy has no timeouts remaining according to the scoreboard here.
You can be as conservative as you want to be right here, but if you're handing it to McReynolds, it's like rubbing it in because he could go 70 again.
They're going to put Inge in the backfield, and Murphy plays a handful of guys both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure coming. Johnson was there, and he was able to get to Crocker right as he let that one go. And
they've come out winging it, Jim.
Johnson got off the edge, and he's got a sack here tonight and almost had number 2 there. Now it's going to bring up 3rd and 10, and with Murphy out of timeouts, you would think McGill keeps this one on the ground and has a chance maybe to just close out the quarter if the official running the play clock will sometimes maybe be a little slow to get it reset. And instead, Crocker's going to throw it again for the 3rd time on this drive, and now he'll run it up the field, and he's going to be very close, and looks like he's going to have the first down. So Crocker scrambles. They're going to have to measure maybe.
Did McGill call a timeout?
They did. Maybe do you think about it a little bit and maybe trying to get maybe some 2-minute kind of a end of the half 2-minute drill, just reps for Crocker?
I suppose so. The game's not going to be in question, that's for sure. Not if the second half is anything like the first.
Yeah, they haven't flipped the down indicator over there. It's going to be 4th down. Now they're going to say it will be a first down. Sometimes you see teams have to punt on 3rd down, even though they didn't get the full downs. You saw Penn State have to punt a ball that they really did not feel they shouldn't have had to punt yet. They did. So now 32 seconds left and right up at the 40. Coach Norman Joseph out there still speaking with the officials. From a distance, Norman Joseph and longtime McGill booster Wes Williams. I mean, they got a little doppelganger action going on there. Don't you agree?
You must feel strongly.
So, first down after the scramble by Crocker, and now give it off to Inge. And Trey Inge gets a couple, and McGill takes another timeout. McGill student body section. I mean, week 1, Michael Crocker was there. That's where he was. He was in the student body section.
Yeah, the quarterback, number 24.
Cheering on his teammates. And, Coach Norman Joseph said, we might be watching this guy play golf on TV down the road here. That's how good he is.
Just a sophomore, I think 14th, ranked 14th in the state of Alabama.
Yeah.
And he's got, let's see here, golf's in the spring. He's got 3 more seasons of that.
So McGill with their second time out of the half here.
I'm just curious why they ran it there.
And then to call the timeout.
Yeah,
right?
if the intention is to let's go score some points. Maybe the idea was to catch Murphy lunging into your backfield. I don't know.
They'll keep Inge in there. Again, you heard Dan just say that Braylon McReynolds 177 yards in the first half on 8 carries.
3 touchdowns.
Crocker. Johnson gets him by the shoulder and brings him down, and went down kind of awkwardly as Jamani Johnson has his second sack of the first half, and McGill takes another timeout with 16 seconds left here. So they use their full complement of timeouts.
Yeah, I don't know about all this.
Yeah, actually it will not go down as a sack. It's as Crocker got past the line of scrimmage. But boy, you can see where Jamani Johnson has that good bend, as they say you like to see out of your edge rushers and defensive ends, and he did that there and then got Crocker right up on that right shoulder pad.
Been a big time waster here. McGill's strategy, 3 timeouts in the last
48 seconds.
Yeah, well, 48 seconds hasn't gone off the clock. It doesn't feel like because of all the timeouts.
33 seconds. Good point there. 3rd and 5 at the 45. McGill been in control of this game from the start.
Remember, the kickoff was a squib. They got it at the 50.
Now on the option, they pitch it back. Inge, and Inge going to have the first down. It's going to stop the clock when they move the chains up to the 44. He picks up 10. And I'll see if McGill gets a play off. I don't think they're going to. And they won't, so first half comes to a close.
Kind of wonky, huh?
Yeah, it was really odd there in the waning seconds there of the first half, but McGill in control of this one, on top by a score of 28-0. Heather Healy with a Braylon McReynolds-like run to track down Coach Norman Joseph in the open field. She had to go all the way across the field to get over there to get with Coach Joseph, and his team has the lead 28-0 here at the half. Heather.
All right, Coach, your offense dominating, including Braylon McReynolds with 3 touchdowns. Talk about the efforts there.
Well, I thought, first of all, I feel like our offensive line is doing a great job in the running game. Had a couple breakdowns in the passing game. I'm not sure if it's because of our quarterback rushing and coming out of the pocket early, or a breakdown in protection. But as far as run-wise, our offensive line is doing a great job.
How are these Yellow Jackets going to contain these Panthers in the second half?
Well, right now our defense has got to keep – we're giving up some big plays. We got to cut out those big plays, keep it within the confines of a 3rd down or 3rd and long, 3rd and medium, and then we do that, I think we'll be fine.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Guys.
Thank you.
All right. Great work by Heather to
Yes.
in the boots.
Yeah.
The long run in the boots to track down.
The interview was great, but what happened before that? Outstanding.
Coach Joseph, he's got to be happy. McGill and their student body on top big here at the half. 28-0 in the battle of Midtown, in the battle to paint the cannon tonight. It's been all Yellow Jackets so far. Halftime here, McGill on top, 28-0. Braylon McReynolds, Dan highlighted him before the game, said he's a player to watch here tonight, and he didn't disappoint. 3 touchdowns and 177 yards on just 8 carries in the first half, and you would have to think he's going to be one of our candidates for player of the game. Last week, it was a running back who also was one of our nominees, and he dominated the voting. Santee McWilliams, the running back for Saraland. Big night, got the victory for Saraland, and really just a freshman for big night on the ground, Dan Brennan.
Yeah, of course, Jeff Kelly was telling us about him before the season. You can see now just halfway through the season, he's really starting to feel it. It was good offensive line play as well, but he's becoming a very confident back, just a 9th grader.
He is one of those players that Jeff Kelly is kind of knows going to be a huge part of what they have coming in the future there at Saraland, and the future looks pretty bright in the backfield as Santee had the big night here and helped lead Saraland to the 31-0 victory over the Blunt Leopards. And tonight at the end of the game, we'll give you 3 players of the game, and you'll be able to go to UTV44.com to vote on your Herc Reynolds player of the game. Herc Reynolds, they got solutions for whatever you need, whether it's a big job that requires specially engineer type equipment, or if you're just a guy working around your house on the weekend, they can help you out there as well. Herc Reynolds with locations all over the country and the Gulf Coast. Halftime here, McGill on top, 28-0 in the big rivalry. 90th time these two teams have gotten together, and we'll come back and going to see some other great plays from around the country last week here on Friday Night Rivals. To the halftime score, McGill-Toolen been in charge of this one from the start, and lots of great highlights from that first half, and we had lots of great highlights from week 5 all around the country as well. Let's take a look at the best of Friday Night Rivals from all over here on UTV 44.
Trying to do a bubble screen, interception by the Warriors. They're going to try to take it all the way back. Seth Hampton into the end zone. The defense put 6 on the board.
Shotgun snap, drop, picked up. Good job by Ricks picking it up. Throws left, has one-on-one coverage and a catch. What a catch made that time.
Great catch.
Under pressure, dumps it off or tried to dump it off to the tailback. Incomplete, but we do have a flag on the play. Now, was this a lateral or was this an incomplete pass? As Bennett picks it up, it rumbles into the end zone.
It was a short kick, though. There's a bad snap once again. He gets the ball away, and everybody's going to clear away, but except for Elijah Ray. Ray's going to pick it up. He's going to go down and into the end zone for a touchdown.
There's a screen. Oh, it's intercepted. Taken out of the air. The lineman screen. He rumbles into the end zone.
Steam going outside. They're going to have to punt the ball away. It's blocked. It's blocked. He gets his feet in. That's a touchdown.
Swain strung out, not gonna get it. Evan McCracken.
We'll throw it out in the flat to Marsh. Look out. Marsh breaks another tackle, dancing to the 3, spins to the 2. Touchdown! New Braunfels!
First time this season we were shut out, Dan Brennan.
Yeah, but it's really a lot of fun to watch those plays, the effort those kids give, and the talent you see around the country.
I mean, maybe the play of the year so far in Salt Lake City on that block punt, and then recover and stay tiptoe to the back lines.
The big guy with the pick and making his way in.
Yes, the best of Friday Night Rivals. We get to see it each and every Friday night here at halftime. At halftime, we also talk about the Scholastic Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Andy Citron Injury Attorneys, Dan.
Including Laura Birch. She's a senior with the McGill-Toolen, and she's a 3.9 GPA golf. And there's a lot of golf being played out there at McGill these days, including the quarterbacks. National Honor Society, Chemistry Club, Friends of Exceptional Children, She's involved in about as much as you can. Part of that Team State Golf Championship.
Individual champion too, right?
Individual championship and team championship, exactly. And she's going to attend the University of South Alabama and, you guessed it, play golf. Great career to Laura. Tyler Thornton is a senior at Murphy, 4.1 GPA, football and baseball, Kappa League of Mobile, youth ministry media, and Boys and Girls Club as well. He's going to continue his football or baseball career at a 4-year institution. He's got a lot of people who are interested in him because of certainly his...
the 4.1 helps.
The 4.1 helps. He's a proven commodity in the classroom, so he's got a lot of schools very interested in him.
All right, congratulations to those two fine young Scholastic athletes. And Andy Citron, injury attorney, he likes to honor them every week, and then at the end of the season, he's going to honor one of them with a big check for $5,000 to one of our Scholastic athletes from the 2021 season. Halftime here at Ladd-Peebles Stadium, McGill-Toolen. Looks like they're on the way to paint the cannon again this year, looking to make it 7 straight over Murphy, and they've got a big lead here at the half. Ladd Stadium here tonight in the battle for the cannon. 90th time these two teams have gotten together, and the trend has kind of been the friend for McGill as of late. They've won 6 in a row, and they're up 28-0 here at the half. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, our entire UTV 44 Friday Night Rivals crew, and just a dominating performance by McGill in that first half.
Yeah, good football weather. We're outside with the players. Glad to be out here. It was all McGill in the first half. Even tried to tack on some more near the end of the half, calling some timeouts, trying to get something downfield.
Braylon McReynolds, Dan talked about him to start the show. I mean, he has had such a big year for McGill. McGill, they've had only one passing touchdown coming into the season. Almost all of their offense had come on the ground via McReynolds. He had 9 touchdowns coming into tonight, 3 there in the first half, and he got things started here for McGill tonight.
Yeah, this might have been the least of the spectacular touchdowns he had in the first half.
Yeah, just a little wildcat there. And
about 3 yards out, he was able to get it in right there, but he had some big plays in the first half, much bigger than that right there.
Yeah, he went 80 yards up the left side for one of his 3 touchdowns, 177 in the first half, as Dan said. Big night here tonight. Taylor, a couple of receptions and 66 yards there. Murphy just, not really much going on in the backfield. They lost a couple of key players back there, but Brown has been coming in trying to get things going, but just really not much going on offensively for the Panthers.
No, King also contributed in the backfield, but you can see domination.
292 yards in total offense in the first half for McGill-Toolen, and they have the big lead, and Rico Jackson knew that his team was up for a challenge tonight, and in for a challenge. He was hoping they would have the mindset they could make something happen. Heather caught up with him as he came out on the field. Heather, what did Coach Jackson have to say?
He said this is a big rivalry for sure. They want you guys to know it. He said that everybody needs to calm down on the sidelines, especially his key players, not to have that deer in the headlights look every single time that the ball comes to them. So make sure that they calm down. And we do have an injury update on Corey Kelly. He does have a dislocated shoulder, so he is going to be out for at least 3 weeks.
Oh boy, that's a tough loss. He is a wide receiver. They put him in the backfield as well. He also kicks off for the team, so a loss there for sure for the Murphy Panthers. And they need all hands on deck, being down by a score of 28-0. They will get the ball to start the second half here and really need to get something going. Again, they've had some injuries, lost their starting quarterback the first week, and Stan's talked about they've had Caleb Stewart came in, and he's big-time part of the Murphy baseball program, and he's the catcher and a leader on that team. He said, "Hey, I can help. I can kick. I can punt. I can do some things to help you out." And he said, "We'll take anybody we can to try to help this offense right now." Coach Jackson said, and Stewart's been trying to do everything, but a big ask against a talented McGill team on that defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, McGill's getting a whole lot better on defense. Last 2 weeks, shutouts, correct? Yep. Tighter affair against Gulf Shores, 14-0 win, but their defense is playing a lot more sound than we saw earlier in the year, especially when they gave up that 15-point lead in the fourth quarter to Saraland. If not for that game, from the result of that game, they'd be in a lot better shape in the region, too.
Yeah, that was a tough region loss. They were kind of leading that game most of the way, and then Saraland scored 22 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to win that game, and that's going to set up a Saraland Spanish Fort unbeaten region matchup next week on Friday Night Rivals. Saw Spanish Fort early in the year, and now we'll get a chance to see them again as they unbeaten, ranked number 1 in 6A, as Shine will kick off here. Brown is back deep, as is Jalen Edney for the Panthers. Shine has the big leg. He's been putting him in the end zone all night. This time Brown will take it at the 5. Fernando Brown. Hit. Really nowhere to go as Alvin Edwards, the wide receiver, came up to make the stop. And Fusakli's a big part of Friday nights. They're a big part of football, whether it's Friday night, Saturday, or Sunday, or anytime during the week. Fusakli's, they can take care of you with a snack, a box, a salad, or a tray. Perfect for any occasion. Of course, keep the Foo in football. They feed our crew every week here at Friday Night Rivals. And thanks for being a part to help refuel our crew before the broadcast starts. Stewart, far side, able to get this off to Edney, and Edney tripped up there. Good open field tackle by Dalton Jones, the senior nickelback for this McGill team, but a pickup of 5 on first down here for the Panthers.
Well, after the first half, that qualifies as a big play for Murphy. Certainly a positive play.
And so Murphy, we talked about their struggles to score points. They've scored more than 7 points only one time this year, and that one thrown a little bit behind the intended receivers, looking for Wilson Edney. Shut out a couple of times, a 7 and a 6, and had the big game with 45 points against Mary G. And really thought that was going to be kind of a springboard game for him to kind of get it going. Then, of course, you run into the buzzsaw last week, Theodore, when they lost 27-6.
And McGill's not been any kinder this week.
And third, and officially they'll call it 6 here for the Panthers. Do not want to go 3 and out to start this second half. Here, out of the backfield, able to swing this one off, able to get it to Brown, and he is going to be short of the first down, just across the 25 out to maybe the 27. It's going to bring up 4th down, and I think they're going to keep the offense out here. Caleb Stewart gets the place of just underway here in the third at your own 27. Murphy going to go for it on 4th and a long 2. Bruce Davis in the center of your screen there, 55 for McGill. He has been causing all kinds of problems up front. Play clock down to 3. They snap it in a quick kick. McGill did not have anybody back, playing it super safe, and good job there to get that one all the way down to the 26.
That is called flipping the field. They did it.
Go from the 26 to the 26, so a 51-yard punt. So you see what McGill did. Started the season 0-2, lost that big game, all the points given up, 76-51 to open the season, then had the week off, then on UTV 44 lost that 4th quarter lead to Saraland, but now come together here. This is the first time they've played on the road all season. Their first road game. They played 5 of their last 6 on the road.
Oh, we're about 5 blocks from McGill.
Yeah.
It's not and this was their home for years.
Murphy a little late getting out on the field, and Inge takes that handoff. But you saw that schedule. I mean, again, everything on the road for 5 of the last 6 away from the lip. Just a quirky way the schedule laid out this year, and having that off week in week 2 also contributed a bit to that. As just joining us, Michael Crocker making his 2nd consecutive start here at quarterback for McGill, and Inge on the left side with not much room as Rashad McWhorter able to come in and make the stop. We did not see much of McReynolds. He did not come out for that last drive, and he's not been out here so far. You wonder if his night is over. The big night with 8 carries for 177 yards in the first half.
Amazing.
Inge is a good replacement back there for the Yellow Jackets as well. Taylor goes in motion. Pressure, they tried to get it to Inge, but Crocker.
He's getting too much pressure, Jim, and that blew up the play, so Murphy's going to get it back.
Quick 3 and out. I think that was Jackson who was in there. Traviel Jackson came and put the pressure on, and that was a quick 3 and out for McGill. And now maybe they can Jalen Edney back to receive the punt from Shine. Get a little something going on the special teams side of things for the Panthers. Shine with that big left leg, and good kick. Edney watches it bounce over his head, and talk about flipping the field. Dan Brennan, this one goes all the way down to the 11, a 61-yard punt.
Well, that was the luck of the bounce.
So 2 winningest coaches in each respective program's history here, Murphy and McGill. So I think Murphy, a lot of people will kind of come up with that one pretty easy, but then you gotta really go back in your McGill history to see who was the all-time winningest coach there, and goes all the way back to the 40s.
How about that? Robert Shaw with Murphy. He was,
I think that's the one everybody would have.
Modern day, 1969 and 1981. But Ray DeSherry at McGill, actually, Jim, he was the head coach when Vince Dooley played at McGill.
How about that?
Who was a long-time retired football coach and athletic director at the University of Georgia. Dooley must be in his 80s now.
Well, he was there from, Ray DeSherry was there from 46 to 55. And how about this? 53 wins, our Mobile BLP Cam, 53 wins, the most by any head coach in McGill-Toolen history.
Amazing.
They've gone through a lot of coaches. The program has not always been as dominant as it was, the last 10 years or so, scrambling out and sacked all the way back at the 2 is Stewart, as Javon Edwards in there to the delight of the McGill student body and Drug Education Council replay. And Edwards, 6'4", 185, just all arms and legs able to get through there. And
I think that was probably a quick hitch. He was trying to get rid of it. His one read was quick.
It was covered.
It's covered up, yeah.
So now 3rd and 15. Ball on the 6. Inside Brown. Picks up a few, but going to bring up 4th down, a punt situation coming up again here.
Now, if Murphy now flips the field again, well, that'll be a highlight right there.
Yeah, the 61-yard punt we just saw from Shine, that would have to be topped in a big way here.
So when this baseball catcher came out originally to Murphy, it was just to punt. And the season was already underway. And then he was like saying, I see you're having some trouble on offense. I can be a quarterback with it. Really?
Yeah, and Rico Jackson is like what he's seen, and now Brown late to get on, and they're not going to get this one off. They have to take a timeout or take a delay of game because the play clock just expired. So this is going to back him up half the distance, and now
dead ball. Delay the game on the offense.
Stewart, instead of punting from just inside his own end zone, he's going to be pinned back really deep. And they're a little late getting all 11 on the field, and Stewart just a super low line drive, but a good job, gets it up to the 42-yard line. We're talking about Coach DeSherry with 53 wins at McGill. Next you know, like Cher or Madonna. McGill had a coach back in 1930, one named Martin. Went 1-5-1.
According to our records.
Yes, and then you had Ed Overton, who has 50 wins. He is second all time from 31 to 41.
Illegal substitution. Offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
We had Savarese for a brief period of time, but they were winning a lot of football games. And you had Bart Sessions won a lot of games, but again, he wasn't there all that long.
Yep, Glenn Yancey, 84 to 88, 32 wins. He is third. Then Ernest Hill with 40 wins.
Ernest Hill, right?
Yep. Caleb Ross, 30 wins. Bart Sessions, 34. 34 and 5 in three years for McGill for Sessions, of course.
Was it Hill that won the state championship?
Caleb Ross
as well. Wow.
I believe was the one, yes, who won the.
I'm getting a recent history lesson here that I probably should have known these names, but.
Yep, 2015, they went 13-1.
Won it all?
Won the state championship. And Crocker rolls out and takes a hit right at the near sidelines. And I think Coach Norman Joseph, when he looks at the film with Crocker, might say, hey, for the good of us as a quarterback and you driving it long off the tee, just go ahead and step out of bounds there. Let's not take any unnecessary hits.
Took a good shot there.
And now third down coming up for McGill as we're approaching 5 minutes to go in the third. Both teams have traded punts here in the second half. Want to set up the screen play, and that one off the hands of Anthony Eager. And now seeing some 3 and outs here in the second half.
Yeah, we're also not seeing Braylon McReynolds.
So Shine will come back on to punt again for the Yellow Jackets from 4th and 9 from the 41. Let's see if Shine can keep McGill with the pressure on Murphy. And Murphy pinned back deep. Shine goes super high on this one, and look at that, checks right up. Oh, Crocker, the golfer, would be inspired by that wedge there as that one hit inside the 2 and bounces back with a backspin on it to the 5. Exactly what Shine was trying to do there. And so he's going to pin McGill all the way back at the 5, and we should be right ahead for our TV timeout here, and we will. 4:46 to go. Still all McGill here tonight. 90th meeting between these two teams, and the Yellow Jackets looking to make it 7 in a row over their rival. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sidelines, Keenan Dollar, our statistician, Jared Kihas in the truck, and our entire UTV 44 Friday Night Rivals crew here. And McGill going to get the safety on first down. Ashton Zuniga blew it up. And the sophomore linebacker, they're going to give him the forward progress just out of the end zone?
Wow, okay.
Oh. I thought, well, this is why the Drug Education Council sponsors our replay, so we can see. And Brown tried to.
Yeah, I think it's forward progress.
Yeah, he was out to the.
We got 5 in the backfield on the offense. Penalties decline. Second down.
So we've seen this Murphy team go backwards on first down so many times tonight. On offense, they do avoid the safety there, but Zuniga got in there and hit him for a loss of 3. He can only go back one more, and they stopped him there. And now Murphy's going to take a timeout with 4 minutes to go here in the third. All right, Dan Brennan, while we're here, you know, we're at Ladd tonight. You are aware of that, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate you checking on my mental health. I know where I'm at.
You know, of course, some of the great acts who have played here at Ladd.
Okay.
You know, Clint Black played here in 1990?
I did not.
Did you know before we have more concert trivia here from Ladd, Heather has a special guest down on the sidelines.
Okay, so I've got Miss Charity. She's a senior here at Murphy. Tell me what you're the president of.
I'm a president of Murphy's Tailgating.
Okay, so tell me, what does it mean? You're a senior, so tell me, what does it mean to be part of this 90-year history of this rivalry?
Well, Murphy and McGill are two of the oldest schools in Mobile, and it's a pretty big accomplishment to be such a part of a pretty big accomplishment within Mobile history.
Pretty exciting, right?
Yes, ma'am. Hopefully we can paint the cannon tonight.
Absolutely. That's the goal, guys.
One of the greatest traditions here in Mobile is the painting of the cannon between whoever wins these two teams. It'll either be orange or it'll be blue, and it's looking to be orange again here tonight.
I had some paint-stained seniors in my living room about 20 years ago.
They could air it out. They want the speedster, and Edney just has it. Edney, has it go off his fingertips, and boy, he had a step there.
Oh, Edney can run, huh?
Can we see the great speed again up the near sidelines, and Edney, like he's able to get that one just off his fingertips. Boy, it's a pretty well thrown ball by Stewart. And seeing a lot of fresh faces out there on the McGill side of things defensively. And 3rd and 12 here for Caleb Stewart and the Murphy Panthers. Stewart looking over to the sideline, play clock inside 10. Bit of a high snap, inside give, and Fernando Brown out to about the 6. And we'll bring up 4th down, and the punt team will come out.
McGill's been pretty sound defensively tonight.
Looking to make it 3 consecutive shutouts, and they are now about 15 minutes away from that happening.
We're just a completely different team on the defensive side than we saw against Saraland.
Really righted the ship on that side. So they'll drop Will Taylor back to receive the punt, which bounces back to Stewart. Taylor will take it at the 34. Taylor, the speedy wide receiver, up to the 20. Dan, did you know also in 1981, Charlie Daniels Band played here?
I did not know Ladd had this illustrious live music past.
I'm going to ask you to take a guess here as we look back. Either or, I'm going to give you 2 bands, and you tell me if they played.
One did and one didn't?
Well, yes.
Okay.
We'll do that coming up as McGill comes back out here. Lots of good reps for Michael Crocker, the sophomore. Inge sprints out in motion. Crocker looks, throws that one tipped up. An incomplete, good coverage there by the Murphy Panthers. In August of 1981, as we watch the replay here, good work getting an arm in there to knock that one away. That was Dwan Lucky. Came over when we saw him play on the offensive side of things with 232.
He looks as much like a quarterback as a golfer, doesn't he?
6'3", 180. Inside give to Inge. Pushes the pile forward up to the 16. So 3rd and about 5 coming up here. August 1981.
Okay.
August 15th to be exact. Was it Molly Hatchet?
Okay.
Or Cheap Trick that filled the stadium here at Ladd?
Cheap Trick.
Indeed it was Cheap Trick,
wow.
hailing from Rockford, Illinois. filled up the stadium here, and a timeout taken by Murphy here on third down.
For some reason, loved and adored by 16-year-old Japanese girls, if I remember the video correctly. They did a live concert in Tokyo, and that turned out to be
live from Budokan, right?
Their big hit, right?
Yeah. So maybe if the McGill band is taking requests, we can get a little Cheap Trick request.
Want you to love me?
First person ever play here. Think about that while we tell you about Greer's.
Okay.
Celebrating 13 years of their Apples for Students, and been a longtime partner of us here on Friday Night Rivals.
Terrific new market down on St. Louis Street.
St. Louis market is so cool.
Yep.
Barrow's Fine Furniture, also back again with us this year. And the Alabama Orthopedic Group, where we do our pregame show each and every week here. 3rd and 5 for the Yellow Jackets. Looking to run a little option. Crocker pitches it out. Inge got the first down. Crocker took a big lick as he let that one go. He's taking some licks from the Murphy defenders here tonight, but they convert on 3rd down there. So we're inside 2 minutes to go, and McGill trying to add to their lead. This was the score at the end of the half. If you're just tuning in, Braylon McReynolds, the big first half, 8 carries, 177 yards, 3 touchdowns. And he has not been out here in the second half. Crocker rolling again, wants to keep it, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. It takes a big hit at the end of the play as well. Michael Crocker showing that golfer toughness on that one.
How about he just walked away from football too, because he's so good at golf. He wanted to give more time to golf in the times off when football specialists are trying to play football,
sure.
Summer included. But he's good.
Had a big night here tonight, and he'll lead his team to a victory. Here is Shine will look to stay perfect on the night and look to make it a 35-0 lead. They do. Right over the Fusakli's banner goes the kick from Shine, and Crocker on the keeper. All Yellow Jackets here tonight at Ladd. This one's been all McGill, looking to make it 3 straight wins after dropping their first 2 on the season, and this is their big rival. They're trying to make it 7 wins in a row over Murphy. Shine's kick taken by Brown for the Panthers at the 4. Fernando Brown, and we're just tough field position all night for the Murphy Panthers.
Good special teams from McGill. Not so good. Really nothing to do with Brown. 3 to do with the blocking.
Yep, 3 plays, 23 yards, just a minute off the clock, and Crocker with the touchdown. And his team on top. You see that McGill student section. I mean, one of the most fun student body sections to watch during any broadcast that we do.
Very thick, tight in there, and like you say, the quarterback was part of that student section in week 1.
Want to be here and cheer on his teammates, and then injuries and a player transferring out of school put a big need at the quarterback position, and Crocker has come in, and big hit put on there by Javon Edwards as Fernando Brown took a big lick on the far side. That should do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. And we will head to quarter number 4 with McGill in control of this one here at Ladd. 35-0, the Yellow Jackets on top of the Panthers on Friday Night Rivals. That young man in the middle kind of looks like the Bama fan that showed up in the whiteout with the Crimson Tide shirt on, the only guy there at Penn State last weekend.
Yeah, not even an Auburn Auburn fan?
No, it was trying to find out who that guy was as we're just underway here in the 4th. So you can see what Murphy's had, and then they go up against a good Baker team here next week, and then Bryant, then at Daphne, and close things out at Fairhope. So, region play continuing on to close out the season for Murphy, and see the offensive struggles continuing here tonight.
A couple of teams we really weren't expecting to have this much of a down year, if you didn't follow real closely, would be Murphy, obviously, and Blunt.
Yeah, I would agree. Brown.
Well, he came to play.
Up ahead, and see if they give him the forward progress. Looks like they're going to, and he's going to get the first down. So a USA Health Cancer, Mitchell Cancer Center Institute first down. So Caleb Stewart, who's really been thrown into the action here tonight, as he has all season, going against a stout defense that's just been playing in their own end all night. Stather with another big hit. You heard that one up here at Ladd.
Yeah, Stather, he can't get enough of action like that. He had a running back one-on-one, and his eyes were popping out of his head.
Drug Education Council replay. Watch him fill the gap here. And big hit, but good work pushing ahead for a couple there on the carry.
I didn't realize that. Good work by the running back.
Stewart looks back over toward Coach Jackson and crew to the near sidelines, and snap this one with under 10 to go. This one loose on the ground, still loose, recovered by the Yellow Jackets, and it's Stather.
That kind of figures, doesn't it?
All around the ball all night, gets that one, and that was just on the exchange, and Stather, after all the stops here tonight, gets this one as that one just dropped, and Coggin in there, and Stather able to beat Jamon Edwards to a loose ball, and McGill back in business at the 20. After a third turnover tonight here by Murphy.
Well, this game is so similar to the one we had last week.
Yep, you're correct, and now we'll see Andrew Murchison, the freshman, come in at quarterback. Gives it off, an inch bottled up there in the middle of that defense. Rashad McWhirter in there for Murphy to make the stop. We saw Inge have a good game against Saraland earlier this season.
He did, yeah. You're always going to play second fiddle to McReynolds. He was, again, spectacular in the first half here tonight.
Murchison, the freshman. Now we'll see Cam Dixon, the senior, come in, and he'll get his first carry of the night for McGill. Third down coming up. Coach Rico Jackson over there on the McGill sidelines. On the Murphy sidelines. 3rd and 8. Murchison rolls out, flips it out of the backfield, able to get that one complete, and the first down is Will Miles, the sophomore, comes up with the catch. Those two will be hooking up more in years to come, you would think, for McGill. And
Miles has got good size for a kid. Just a sophomore, 6'1", 175.
First and goal at the 10 now for McGill. Dixon will stay in the backfield with Murchison. Dixon will take it right up the middle, spins inside the 5, and he's down to about the 2. Second and goal for McGill. McGill trying to expand on their lead and control of this one here. Play clock all the way down inside 5, and Murchison going to have to hurry. Will he get it off? And he does, they're going to say they did not get it off, and so second and goal now going to be backed up to the 7.
Murphy's just got to kind of, just dig down a little bit here. There's not a whole lot to play for except pride and the fact that your coach is counting on you to give great effort.
The last 5 years now, Murphy's only scored 23 points against McGill, counting this game and going back 5 years.
Wow.
And the clock is running, and second and goal from the 5. Murchison on the handoff, and Dixon to about the 5.
Still seeing good effort from Murphy considering the circumstances.
Yeah.
Rico Jackson, really, from the moment we met him 3 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
Really good guy, and you have some challenges at a school like Murphy. You wouldn't say that in the past, but you would say it now. Declining enrollment, facilities,
7A, biggest classification.
Big classification.
And you're the smallest school in that classification.
Yeah, and just aging facilities as well. That doesn't help.
Third and goal from the 5. Murchison, big penetration. Again by Murphy as Danzig continuing to get after it.
Yep.
Andre Woodard, the junior. Safety came up to make the stop there, and fourth down coming up. Let's see if they send the field goal team on. They will, but this time it's going to be Henry Green, the sophomore, going to try to get his first points in this rivalry. And Green drills that one home from 21, and it's now 38-0. McGill in control of this one inside 5 minutes to go here on Friday Night Rivals. There you see our score with 4:21 to go. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sideline. Keenan Dollar doing stats and a little security around the broadcast area here tonight to keep the ambient noise at a respectable level as this one bounces, picked up by Fernando Brown, and Brown with a big hole, and Brown out to midfield and brought down there looking for a horse collar and not going to get it, but up to the 45. A big return by Brown. And
might have got his hair.
Yeah, might have got a handful of the dreadlocks there as Brown got a big hole and right over on the Murphy sideline. All right, Dan Brennan, we're here at Ladd. Who opened up Ladd's from an entertainment standpoint as we'll watch here? Oh, that's exactly what it was. A hole. It's part of the jersey. If your hair does hang out, it is part of the jersey.
Wow.
May 4th and May 5th, back-to-back nights, 1959. Big a name as you could get.
Elvis.
Of
course.
Back-to-back nights here.
Okay.
Then they went 17 years before they had another concert. King up to the 41. Allman Brothers played here.
Who did?
The Allman Brothers.
Okay.
Then it was, I know you used to be a big trader of the bootleg tapes of Quicksilver Messenger. The Quicksilver Messenger service. They had a taper section, traded those out. Wet Willie's played here, Mobile's own Wet Willie. Allman Brothers came back.
Wet Willie was at the University of Georgia in 1978, and I couldn't go I was working my shift at the Crystal on Baxter Street, and I was looking sporty.
Leon Russell was here in 81. Allman Brothers back. Charlie Daniels in 81. Cheap Trick, 81. Then we went 9 years until Clint Black came back. And then 1990. This one, third down. They're going to get the first down. So last concerts until Billy Strings played here, you know, just back in April. I don't think that was inside. I think that was outside. But in their concerts, 1990, Little Feet opened up, and then McGill's own in 1990.
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett.
Wow.
Played here at Ladd. And on first down, pushing ahead inside 2 minutes to go.
Compliment Rico Jackson's play selection here.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. This team's a little beat up. They don't have a real shot at anything here. Dive plays, roll the clock.
Put this one behind you.
Let everybody that can be healthy stay healthy, and review the tape.
Keandre King has been carrying the ball. They got banged up back there. Stewart on 2nd and 5, and King ahead, going to be just short of the first down.
Some of these young reserves from McGill just hanging on for dear life, but they are keeping Murphy from breaking anything long.
Well, I'm sure they would like to preserve that shutout. Over on the far side, I think the cannon's already been painted.
Yes, I do believe so. And there's football here tomorrow. The Gulf Coast Classic, Alabama A&M against Tuskegee. They expect a good turnout with beautiful weather. Dr. Bill's weekend weather scale. Did you hear about that?
I mean,
it's
a
number between 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's got to be, I think, 1.8 something.
2.00.
Perfect.
Yes.
I mean,
it was all the rage on the internet once that went down.
Has that ever happened before?
It has. Rarely, but it has.
Wow. Dr. Bill, he doesn't give that out, you know, just willy-nilly give the 2.0s out. Kind of like my high school teachers on my grade point average. And just give out my 2.0. So that one incomplete with 23 seconds left here. The 2.0, wow.
Yeah. Perfect weekend.
In Dalton's lifetime, the youngster, your partner.
We had one last year, and the weekend turned out to be not as perfect, yeah.
Whether, you know, Dr. Bill and these weather guys, Doppler and everything else, and he didn't nail it. Here we go, pressure, knocked loose, and that will close this one out. And kind of the way the night went for Murphy and McGill, an impressive performance here tonight. Third quarterback here for the quarterbacks starting this year for Murphy, and Caleb Stewart gave it all he could do here tonight, trying to fill in best he can, but I think Murphy just a little overmatched here tonight by McGill, Dan.
They were overmatched. McGill also had the best player on the field in Braylon McReynolds. I suppose he's fine. He did not play at all the last series or in the second half.
Yep, and McGill continues to dominate this rivalry as of recently. It's now 7 in a row. The all-time series, 48-41-1 now. And let's go down to Heather with the victorious head coach.
All right, 38-0. That's not a bad way to have this 90th edition of this rivalry. What you think?
Well, I thought our guys played hard. I thought first half we really had a lot of focus, a lot of energy. Second half a little lax coming out offensively. Defensively did another great job and pitching another shutout. This is 3 in a row as far as shutouts go, and real proud of our defense, proud of our coaching staff, and proud of this team.
Talk about the domination on the offensive side and your quarterbacks that you had faith in tonight.
Well, we're getting better every week. We're very young. I think that as the season progresses and they continue to get more reps, and we'll be just fine. We're learning. We're not quite where we want to be, but we're getting better.
You say that you're learning. We saw you 3 weeks ago. So from 3 weeks ago to now, talk about the progress and how proud you are in continuing this season.
Well, you know, that's another thing. 3 weeks ago, we didn't have any shutout. We didn't have a shutout. We were trying to find our identity. I feel like we found it, and we're working on establishing it even more so.
Are you going to be down there tonight, painting that cannon?
I'll go by tomorrow and take some pictures.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys.
He doesn't want to get swept up by the cops, you know. It'd be unfortunate. They're a little overzealous at protecting the cannon.
So his first, Coach Norman Joseph, his first game as a head coach in this rivalry, and he's perfect there with the victory here tonight, 38-0. McGill-Toolen with the win and third consecutive shutout for this Yellow Jacket defense. They get the win 38-0. We're back to Ladd after this here on Friday Night Rivals. Looks like the moon has a little orange tint to it tonight.
I was thinking the same thing. I don't know if that's no, it does. Looking straight at it, it actually does.
McGill with a victory here tonight.
That's what happens now.
You
not
paint
just the cannon.
Moon? You get to paint the moon?
Well, the moon on its own naturally becomes orange at night after a big McGill victory.
Well, it was a big victory and a third consecutive shutout for this McGill defense. Murphy continues to struggle putting points on the board. Third time they've been shut out this year to go with a 6 and a 7-point performance to take away they had the big performance against Mary G. Otherwise, they've really had some struggles. So hopefully they can keep that, get that turned around there. But a big win here for McGill, and you kind of see, the arrow pointing up mid-season here, 6A Region 1 for this McGill team.
Oh yeah, you can see the ascension. Now the schedule may have something to do with it, but the fact is they're winning and they're shutting people out, and this is their third straight shutout.
Yep.
That's a team that's rounding into form. Again, early in the season, not so well, and we happened to see them in the second week where they kind of fell apart in the second half. Some big plays given up to Saraland in a game they probably should have won. Mm-hmm. But they're winning now, and they're winning with style points.
Yeah, and they've got a tough road, no pun intended, to come. As we said, 5 of their last 6 games will be on the road, and so they're going to have some challenges here. Let's pass along some other scores. Citronelle right now leading Alma Bryant 28-17. How about St. Michael? They continue to roll. Another win here tonight. About to close it out, 38-21. They lead Alberta. Blunt leads 21-0 over Mary G. And Robertsdale beat Satsuma tonight. Bayside 28-12 leading BC Rain. UMS 23-15. Good one up at TR Miller right now. That one in the fourth quarter. Baldwin County up big over Foley here tonight. And Chickasaw with the shutout over Southern Choctaw. Let's go down the field, and Heather's got a special guest who had a very big night in the first half for McGill. Heather. A
very big night indeed. Braylon McReynolds, 3 touchdowns, 177 yards, 8 carries. Talk about your performance tonight.
I mean, it was just all a part of the game plan, and throughout the week we just studied and did what the coach asked us to do. So it came out and it showed in the game.
I asked Coach this during his interview. We saw you guys 3 weeks ago. Talk about the progress that you guys had from 3 weeks ago to now.
From 3 weeks ago, it was very disappointing. And we all knew that it was something that shouldn't be going on at McGill. And so the day after, we decided that this is not how we're going to take this season. And we decided to come out and just play McGill football.
90th edition of this rivalry, my very first one. Thank you very much. And you guys get to paint the cannon orange. Are you excited about it?
Oh, of course. Got my orange paint brush already.
Oh, so you're all ready to go?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right. Go out and celebrate, Braylon. Thank you.
Most definitely.
All right, guys.
He said he hadn't had a chance to do it yet, so he was excited to do that, to paint the cannon. He said did he say he has the orange paint hidden in the bush already?
He said something like that, but now they're getting the pictures taken, of course. This is how big this game is. And it really is one of the great traditions. I've never heard anything like that until I got to Mobile, and Zach played at McGill, so I got to see it firsthand. But one of the great traditions in high school football along the Gulf Coast, I would challenge anywhere, right?
Yeah, it's such a huge rivalry. It's been going on for so long. And, another one here tonight. Big win for McGill, 38-0. Our Players of the Game nomination, Braylon McReynolds there. Heather just recapped his stats, 177 yards on just 8 carries, 3 touchdowns in the first half. Cameron Stather who had a great game defensively for this McGill squad, including the fumble recovery late in this one. But Bruce Davis was also maybe not going to jump off the stat sheet, but he really shut down that run game early on for this McGill defense. Murphy just was not able to get any push up front.
Yeah, right over center and just destroying any kind of double teams they were trying to throw at him. And then you knew right there at the point of attack, they were in trouble.
All right, so if we don't get out of here, we're going to be in trouble. Final score here, McGill, 38-0. They win. Next week, we're on the hill. 6A Region 1 matchup. A couple of unbeaten teams in region play. Number 1 Spanish Fort in the state will take on Saraland here on Friday Night Rivals. For Heather Healy on the sidelines, Dan Brennan, I'm Jim Cox. Keenan Dollar, our statistician, Jared Kios, our entire crew here tonight. They watched McGill win 38-0, and now they're off to the loop to paint the cannon.